Governor Makinde snubs Atiku and also rejects DG of PDP Campaign Council. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has rejected the offer to lead the PDP's campaign council as the Director General. Sources close to the PDP top echelon has revealed that the presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar offered the DG role to the Oyo State Governor. Atiku decided to pick Governor Makinde because it is the region where the APC presidential candidate, his main challenger, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, comes from. Seems very petty. Okay. The Atiku camp wants a top politician from the region to lead his campaign to take back the doorstep of Tinubu. I mean, it's okay on the grounds of competition, but you don't just need Oyo State to win the elections. I mean, it's very, very petty if you ask me, but okay. The APC Congress picked its vice presidential candidate, Senator Kashim Shettima from Northeast, where Atiku comes from. I see now. So Shettima is a very popular and charismatic politician and former governor of Borno State. Atiku does not want Tinubu to have a free reign in Southwest. So that's why he wants Governor Makinde to lead his campaign as DG, primarily to be a bulwark against Tinubu's momentum in the region, a source said. Governor Makinde, according to sources close to him, politely turned down Atiku's offer on the premise that he has his own re-election battle to contend with and he doesn't want any distraction, given that the two formidable challengers in the persons of APC candidate Senator Teslim Folarin and Accord Party candidate Mr. Adebayo Adelabu. This now makes sense, and I think this obviously just shows that APC and PDP should not be your candidate, and if you're looking to them to fix a country, you're making a very big mistake. I mean, look at the strategies being used. Yes, again, it's competition, and we can't necessarily just, it's not all sunshine, butterflies and rainbows, but look at the strategies that they want to use to win. They are going back and forth at each other, and again, it's clear the strategy is to do what they've done in the past as if other contenders do not exist, because really, when it comes to politics of the country and, the presidential seat, the only eye that a lot of Nigerians, or the only political parties that are acknowledged, is the APC and the PDP. So I guess that is their continued strategy for what they want to do. But this time, it's a different set of people and the youth are waking up. But again, it's just like, so what is the point? You're picking a candidate from your opposition state to prove what? Because again, you surely don't need one state to win only. And what does that even prove? It's very childish. I mean, it is what it is. Either you support Atiku or not, Atiku will be the next president. Okay? Thanks, sir. Atiku rejected equity. Let him go and work for himself. This nation cannot survive another APC misrule. But these people in PDP are not serious. They are for selfish interest. Only God can redeem us. Again, APC and PDP, they might just call them one and the same. I mean, come on. They just share similar strategies. They've done the same thing whilst in power. And another similar characteristic is the desperation. Well, first of all, you've got an individual who, in Atiku, for example, who has contested since time immemorial and has never won. And then you've also got the candidate of Tinubu, who really believes and is entitled to think that it is his turn to get that seat, obviously with his years, I guess, invested in Nigerian politics and, placing people in positions and being the one to connect. Now he wants to be, the one that takes that position. So in that way, his motivations and the strategies that he takes, that, you may argue may be extreme, may not be extreme, show desperation. And that is one thing that both really do share. It is like some people in PDP are bent on destroying the party. The way things are going in PDP, the obituary will soon be announced. And I think obviously if they want to be strategic, not that I'm a political strategist or analyst, but in terms like this for the elections, like strategies like this, okay, fine, but you now want to add spite into literally you're adding spite and competition into how you want to rule. But then it's also a thing where it's like, are you trying to prove to the Nigerian public that really you guys or the APC and PDP are enemies? Is that what they're trying to do? Like to prove that, you know what, we're actually competition, when you may not even know they may be the ones actually working together in some sort of way, especially with the way they decamp and they switch from one party to another. Maybe it's sort of a recruitment, deal. You get this amount for this political season, I get this amount. I mean, again, it is very shameful, very embarrassing, and again, they just keep showing why they are incompetent, and it's right in front of you to see. And if you choose to see or you choose not to see, and you want to vote for them, you need to think about the kind of individual that you are. Again, at the end of the day, if you can come up with, I don't know where you're going to find your reasoning or your judgment or your argument as to whether PDP and APC are valid candidates, if you can justify it in a miraculous way, then great. Your opinions are welcome. But if not, yeah, it just shows maybe you're a beneficiary or you don't have this country's best interests at heart, and maybe you do have another option for yourself and your family to be fine. Atiku for my hand, he is not a strategist. Must you go by APC strategy of choices direction? So if you're operating from Southwest, should that be the reason you must pick a puppet governor as your DG? What election base does Makinde have? And another thing is, the level at which a lot of people, for example, this commenter has, the level of engagement that they have is like, you are really invested in this PDP and APC back and forth, and you're not really looking to look for other parties and other ideas that can be better, that are actually better, because you saying Atiku for my hand. So if he did something that pleased you, then you would literally be like, you know what, he's a strategist. Fact is, if you're not supporting either of them and they are literally showing you why they are incompetent, I guess you'd be relaxed and say, okay, well, I mean, these are individuals showing me that they are not good enough. And that should literally be enough for you to rest your case and be like, you know what, yeah, not for me. Well, put what you think about this in the comment section below. And do not forget to like and subscribe.